for whoever just joined, welcome. We are live with UNIMI and we are here to present to you the programs live at the university and hear the testimonial of some of their students. So I'm now leaving the floor to Marta and she's going to start the presentation giving us an overview of the universities. And we look forward to receiving all of your questions. Write them in the Q&A box and we answer them live at the end. So I can see that Marta is sharing her screen with the presentation.
Can you hear me?
Perfect. All good. We can hear and we can see.
Perfect. So thank you, Federica. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm very glad. It's a real pleasure for me to have the opportunity to present you the University of Milan and to give you some insights about this institution. So let's get to the heart of our topic, the University of Milan, which is also known as La Statale. It's a long-established university. In fact, this year marks our first 100 years old anniversary. We are a multidisciplinary, multi-campuses public university in the heart of Lombardy region, which is in the northwest part of Italy. Lombardy is one of the most dynamic and richest areas of the European Union. There are many higher education institutions here in Lombardy, and we are the biggest one with more than 60,000 enrolled students and more than 160 degree programs. So why you should choose us? There are many reasons to do it, but according to me, the most relevant reasons are these three ones. First of all, we are able to offer high quality teaching and research at affordable costs. In fact, we are a public university, but we rank very well in the most renowned international indicators, such as Arvo 2022. We ranked 4th at the national level. And the University of Milan counts more departments of excellence than any other Italian university, according to the Italian National Agency for the Evaluation of Universities and Research. In fact, we have 13 departments of excellence. Secondly, here you can experience a real international and stimulating environment. In fact, we are putting a lot of efforts to enhance the international character of our institution by attracting international visiting professors, by fostering our partnerships. For example, we are the only Italian member of the League of European Research Universities that gathers European research-intensive universities, and membership is only by invitation according to the performance we reach in research and publications. And we are a proud member of 4U+ Alliance. This is a cutting-edge alliance that brings together 8 prestigious European universities of excellence, such as Paris-Sorbonne, Paris Panthéon-Assas, Warsaw, Copenhagen, Prague, Heidelberg. And the aim of this alliance is to create a European integrated education area. And currently it offers plenty of opportunities for our students to share knowledge, to carry out mobility experiences, not only in presence, but also in blended way. And last but not least, our students are not alone in this educational journey with us. They are offered guidance and support from enrollment to employment. Thanks to our services, we offer many scholarship programs, a psychological counseling service, study and work orientation events, career days, job fairs, and also a part-time enrollment option for working students. Another big reason to choose us is, of course, the city of Milan, which is the capital of Lombardy region, and it's considered the economic capital of Italy because it's the leading city for investments in technological research and innovation. As you can see from these pictures, there are a lot of splendid things to see and to do here in Milan. It's impossible to get bored here. There are a lot of big international events that take place here every year. For example, the Design Week, the Fashion Week. In 2015, we hosted the World Exposition. And in 2026, we will host the Winter Olympic Games. It also offers an active student life in a vibrant environment. And it's a very well-connected city in the heart of Central Europe, as you can see from this map. The main European capitals are easily reachable by plane in less than 2 hours. For example, Paris, London, also Berlin. And it's very well connected with other Italian cities, also by train, for example, Rome, Florence, are very easily reachable. And as I mentioned before, we are a multi-campuses university. As you can see here from the picture, there is this magnificent colonnade. This is our main seat in the heart of the city, our historical seat that hosts some faculties. For example, the Faculty of Law, Philosophy, and Humanities. The scientific faculties are concentrated in the Città Studi district, which is in Milan as well. And then we have the veterinary medicine faculty in Lodi, a town not far from Milan, in a brand new facility designed by a famous Japanese architect. We also have a mountain university in Edolo, in the heart of the Alps, where students can study how to protect and manage the mountain environment. And here it's possible to study a master's degree in English. So we are a multidisciplinary university. In fact, our degree programs cover almost all fields of study, with the only exception of engineer, architecture, and design. And we offer many study programs at all levels, from undergraduate to postgraduate. In fact, we offer more than 80 bachelor's degree programs that last for 3 years, single cycles programs like the International Medical School, Law and Pharmacy that can last 5 or 6 years. Then we have 75 master's degree programs, and at postgraduate levels, we offer doctoral programs, vocational masters, and specialization schools. Thank you very much. Now I will leave the floor to my colleague, Anna.
Perfect. In the meantime, I can see the more students joined, which is great, and you start typing your question. Great. Keep doing so, because we are monitoring them and we will be ready to answer at the end of the presentation. So Anna is now going to talk about more into details about the programs. And Anna, leave you the floor, and I'm looking forward to find out more.
Hello, can you hear me and can you see the presentation?
Yes, all good,
Okay,
perfect.
perfect. So thank you very much for being here, to all students that are participating to this webinar. It's a pleasure for me to be here. So I will continue briefly the presentation my colleague Marta already started. So basically, we have more than 30 degree programs entirely taught in English. Meaning that international students are not requested to know any Italian in order to get in. This is very important, because it means that all international students are very welcome. Then we also have some double degree programs, meaning that students enrolled can spend a period of their studies abroad. Generally is 1 year out of 3 or 2 in a partner university in Europe or outside Europe. At the end of their studies, they gain a degree which is valid both here in Italy and also abroad. che non va avanti, così forse. Sorry. Okay. For what concerns fees, which I think is a very important topic for all our international students, we are a public university, so we want to give the chance to study to the most various students as possible. So especially for international students, we offer them the chance to study at a very low fees because we have different fees according to the place of origin, so the country of residence of each student. So basically, our fees goes from 500 euros to almost 4,000 euros per year in 2 installments. It depends from the city of origin of each student. Then, of course, we also have many scholarships opportunities. Basically, we have scholarships given on the basis of merit, on the basis of income, or both. For international students, you can be probably interested in this kind of scholarship. The first one is regional scholarships, which are given on the basis of income also, and generally speaking, international students, they may have a low income. We also have excellent scholarship program, which is given without application to students, international students that are applying to the first year of a master program. Just on the basis of the documents they are uploading into the system in order to be admitted, and then scholarship given also by Italian government. Other services we offer to our international students. The first one is the linguistic support. So we offer courses, Italian language courses for free to all our international students. The only students are compulsory requested to attend them are students of International Medicine School. They are requested to get to know Italian at the B2 level within the starting of the 3rd year in order to be able to interact with patients in hospitals. But apart from them, for all our other international students, this is not compulsory. It's something students can choose to do or not, but of course we suggest students to do it. We also have an important system of career guidance from the very beginning. So we support students in finding the right course to choose to study on. And then during their studies, if they, for example, if they need some psychological support, and then at the end of their studies, in order to find an internship, and then we have also placement service if some students want to stay here in Italy and work here after the studies, after the studies career. We also have sports and leisure activities. We have a sports facility center, and of course, students can join us in our orchestra if they like music. Few words regarding accommodation, which is a very important topic for all our international students. We have some residences and apartments close to our university buildings, given on the basis of a call for application, because of course places are not enough for all our students, so we need to publish a call for application generally around July every year. If students are not able to get into our residences, university residences, they can look for a place in the private market. So generally speaking, residencies or private apartments I just want to mention that Milan, it's a great city. It will offer you a lot of opportunities, but it's quite expensive. So all international students need to consider at least a cost of at least 500 euros per month in order to find an accommodation. A few words just to let you know that we offer many opportunities to go studying abroad, of course, with a scholarship, a dedicated scholarship. We are part of Erasmus program, of course, but also many other programs that allows you to go abroad, not only in Europe, but also outside Europe for a period of study or a traineeship or to draft your thesis abroad. We have more than 1,300 agreements in all over the world for you to do that. So this is really great opportunity. So for all prospective students that will effectively apply to our university and we will be starting with us, I really suggest you to take advantage of this opportunity. So that was all. These are our contacts, and of course, Federica will share these contacts with you also later on, so I can interrupt my
Absolutely. Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
This was all for me. Of course, I will be available for all questions later on.
Great, thank you, Marta and Anna, for this presentation. Yes, we are going to share after the event email address and contact details for you to follow up. And thanks also for your question. We could see that you are start typing, which is great. Keep writing them. And we're going through live at the end of the presentation, but also we started to type some answers in order to support you. And I'll leave the floor to Marta. So we had an overview of where the university is located, all the student services. We touched base a little bit on the program, but now is the time to dive deep a little bit more about the admission process, where you find useful information. So Marta, I leave you the floor, and we remain here available for all the questions from the students. I think you're muted at the moment.
Yes, sorry.
But perfect.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Sorry. My name is Marta, and I'm part of the International Admission Office, the office that takes care of the evaluation of the foreign titles and take care of the admission and welcoming of the students. Okay, everything is locked.
While we are checking, perfect.
Okay.
All good. All good. Yeah.
Okay, so the bachelor entry requirements for foreign international students is a high school diploma obtained after at least 12 years of education. And if the country has it, it's necessary to have passed the academic eligibility in the local country. So, for example, Gaokao for China, or the Selectividad for Spain, or the ENM for Brazil, for instance. Some high school diplomas have additional requirements. For example, the GCE for the British, the American high school diploma, and for any doubts, then I will tell you how to contact our office for more information. For master, so Master of Arts and Master of Science, the entry requirements is more simple. You just need a bachelor degree issued by a recognized higher institution in the country of issuing of the qualification. Then this is in short, which is the timeline of the admission process for a bachelor degree. As you can see, we start the application start with a call of application between March and April. A call of the application of the bachelor will be published, and the call will contain all the information and the steps about admission. Then we will have possibly an entrance examination, because the majority of bachelors requires an entrance examination or an evaluation in order to be admitted. That can be online, in presence, can be a title evaluation, but everything will be written in the call, on the call. After that, there can be a ranking, and if you're eligible, you can enroll in the course. Some rankings are released in June, others will be issued in September. In order to complete the enrollment, international students are required to submit certification about the high school diploma. The full list is available on our website. You will see the link afterwards. And usually the deadline for submitting all the documents is the end of November for each year. If you are a visa seeker students are required to register or on a website which is called University, and send a pre-enrollment usually by the end of July. Once the university us will approve the pre-enrollment, the student can start his or her visa process. Another thing to take into consideration for a bachelor enrollment is the Italian language knowledge, because if you are a visa seeker student and the bachelor is taught in Italian, you need to provide a B2 level of Italian certification or need to sit an Italian language test. Whereas European candidates or extra-European students with a valid permit to stay do not need to provide this kind of documents. The master admissions process is slightly different. You will have an admission notice, which is published on our website between February and March each year. Candidates can apply online for admission using the transcripts of grades and a degree certification if already graduated. Professors, according on how the course procedure of admission is, will evaluate the titles of the students, or candidates need to sit an online test or an interview. There can be an English test requirements. You will need to have an English language certification, or maybe you need to be tested for your English language knowledge. And finally, you will have the outcome. If you will be admitted, you can start to collect the required documents for enrollment. Visa seeker students as well are required as the bachelor students to register on the University website for the visa procedure. Usually by the end of July. Once we will approve the pre-enrollment on this website, the student can start to contact the Italian consulate for the visa procedure. Then I made a short video on how you can get all this information, because as you may have understood, there is a difference between bachelor and master and between one course to another. So you will need to read with attention the information you will find on the website of the course. So you go on the education part of our website, and you can see undergraduate and master's degree. You go for the undergraduate courses. There is a menu. From the menu, you can put any filter you want. For example, we are going to put a filter on the language and select all the bachelor in English language. Here you can see all our bachelor taught in English. You can see where is the location. Some courses are held in other universities, the language of instruction, and the program website, which is didactically explanation of what the course is. If you click on the name of the course, you will see the page of the course. All the main information are reported there. You will see the objective, the career and employment, the course attendance, for example, and then the most important part, the requirements and the English, for example, or additional learning requirements for admission. And here, the admissions and enrollment, you will find the call of application with all the deadlines for admission and for matriculation. You will find also the buttons for application, for the ranking list, and for the enrollment. Let's open a call of this course in particular. Not yet, sorry. Here you can see the manifesto, so how the course is organized in terms of exams, the course location, the contacts of the professor, and main information about fees, scholarship, and benefits. So now let's open the call. Here you will see all what you need to do and to know in order to apply for the course. Deadlines, admission requirements, which kind of exams you need to sit and register. For example, here you will see an article about the applicants with international qualifications. You will see a table with all the sum up of this data, and you can see the main information in the beginning of the call usually. For example, here there is an important information for this course. Visa seeker students can participate only in the spring session. And this was an example how to find information for a bachelor course. Here we can see how to find information for a master course. Also from our website, the main page, www.unimi.it, we can switch Italian to English language as you prefer, and again to the section education. We will go for the master's degree programs in this case. Oh, started again the same. Maybe this one is the correct one. Okay, yes. Again, our website. Education. Okay, we will go for the master's degree programs. Let's do a filter on the faculties. For the political science one, we can see which courses we have. Short presentation of the course, the language, for example, in which it's held. And we will go for the page of the master. Main information here, the program overview, course objective, career employment, course attendance again. Requirements and additional learning requirements, which are very important for the master course because each of them can have different requirements and different form of evaluation of the English knowledge. Here, proficiency in English. And on the admission and enrollment, you will see the admission notice of the course, which contain all the information about the admission, and again the button admission and enrollment. All the relevant information are indicated there. And here again the educational plan, the program description, the course location, the contacts, main contacts of the didactic office, and a short presentation of the fees, the scholarship and benefits, how to reach our secretariat office. All the information for international enrollment, including all the documents you need to provide, can be found at this link. In particular, you need to scroll to the middle of the page. You will see that there are information about the pre-enrollment, which is something that non-EU students residing abroad, visa seeker, needs to undergo. Some help for the conversion of grades can help. And then you can see the information about the Italian language proficiency test, which is due for the visa seeker students enrolling in Italian bachelor. And the most important, the last one, the online delivery of the documents. There you will find all the documents you will need to provide in order to conclude your enrollment in our university. We also have a welcome services for international students. After their arrival, the students can refer to the International Welcome Desk, which provides information about the permit to stay application, which is due for visa seeker, accommodation, health insurance, and can help students in becoming acquainted with the Italian education system and UNIMI didactic organization. You will also find 2 links to our welcome guide, one in Italian, one in English, which will give you, let's say, a picture of what you have to do besides the didactic procedures and the visa procedures. So thank you very much. I will, okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Martha. I think this already cleared some of the doubts that the students had and they started to type. And I can see that also Martha and Anna started to type some answers, which is great. I would now actually leaving the floor to our students that we have connected with us. So it is a great pleasure for me to introduce you to Vladislav. Is one of the two students that we have connected and is going to share his experience. Vladislav, it is a bachelor student at UNIMI. So Vladislav, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. He actually prepared a presentation, which I'm going to share with you all. And Vladislav, I leave you the floor. And for all the students connected, I believe this is actually a great opportunity for you to find out more and actually hear firsthand experience from one of the students. So take the most and keep asking your question. Vladislav, leaving you the floor.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm going to share my experience. My name is Vladislav. I'm from Russia, from Siberia. Perhaps it will be more properly to say. My first education, perhaps my first 2 years of education, was in our sphere, sociology in Moscow. I'm not sure that it was my childhood desire to study economic science and some mathematics. So after 2 years, I started to started to search some another program in Europe, and fortunately for me, exactly in this year, I mean 1 year ago, University of Milan opened new program in a university, Ancient Civilization for the Contemporary World, bachelor program in English for Italians and for international students, perhaps mostly for international students. And I admit I had a full admission procedure to this program. It wasn't too hard as I expected. There were some problems, but fortunately the services like Informa Studenti and the General Admission Office are open to any questions. So it was interesting process, long, and fortunately I'm here. After first year of this program, I can say, because today was my last exam, I can say that my first year is finished. So which my impressions? I'm very impressed, actually. First of all, students should aware that it's Italian system. The most part of courses and include not only, but mostly lectures. With some seminars and workshops, of course, but mostly it's mostly these lectures. And the exam and final exam, sometimes it could be some additional activities like essays or presentations during the course. But the most important thing is exam. In my previous university, it was another system, or more British. A lot of seminars, a lot of workshops, a lot of hard work. So people can choose any way in case of strategy of education. So the most interesting, the most impressive things in my current education in UNIMI is experienced professor. The program is first year program. I mean, the first year when students study this course, it's professors try to create new courses. It's their first attempt to make these courses for international students. Not all professors worked with international students before. However, all professors are professionals. They introduce their own experience from some excavations, for example, some and our courses, their work experience in university. To the course, they talk a lot about the strategy how to become archaeologist, for example. In my case, in case of my education. Second thing, which is kind of remarkable, is field lessons. I didn't expect that University of Milan can pay for the students and take us to some another cities. In case my education is the city of Venice, because my education is kind of joint degree with University of Venice, Ca' Foscari, and we visited once Venice, and people and students from Venice visited us twice. But we had also field lessons in Milan. For example, one of the last lessons was in the Biblioteca Ambrosiana library in Milan. There's some old books, and it was an interesting lesson. Generally, it's also very important for me as a student to have a clear description of the program and a description of all courses which I will study next year. Studied this year and will study next year's. Also, as I understood, the professors are open to any changes in their program. So it's also important that professors can hear students, not only as a representative of students, but just students who can also always write to email of professors. Another thing about university, about adaptation. I cannot say a lot about the cost of living in Milan, because I am that lucky person who had the opportunity to had a person who hosts me in Milan. But next year I will also apply for a scholarship and perhaps for accommodation. So it's also actual problems for me. Another things about adaptation, as Anna said before, it's very important to study Italian. Fortunately, our university suggests this opportunity, offer this opportunity to us in the language center to study Italian, because all Italians speak Italian. It's obvious, and it's important if you would like to talk with your classmates, visit some university organizations. Students can speak English, but they prefer Italian, so study Italian. It's a good thing. The conclusion, my plans for this summer, since I studied again the cultural heritage and some discipline between archaeology, history, and cultural heritage studies. I found some opportunities for me for this summer. At first, it's International Youth Meeting in Dachau. It's the summer school in Munich, in Germany, about cultural heritage, the culture of remembrance, etc. And another opportunity from University of Venice, but it's also connected with University of Milan, is archaeological excavations in Bostel di Rozzo. It's near Vicenza in Italy, near Alps. Because I'm studying archaeology, and the professors offered us to participate in some excavations. There was some excavations from University of Venice and from University of Milan. You can apply for it, and if you have some experience, I mean, it's not, I suppose it's not only for students of archaeology, but you can try. My plans for next year's, since I'm interested in this sphere, I would like to study cultural heritage in the future and master's program, perhaps in Italy or Germany, and PhD then. And I'm thinking about some social and academic activities in some organizations like UNESCO, for example, because when I prepared to some of exam about cultural heritage, I'm thinking, perhaps it's a good opportunity for me to do something in Europe. So I'm thinking that university can get a lot of information about any activities, and you can use it. And some photos from our Instagram page of our program. These are visiting of museum, Music Museum in Milano, Biblioteca Ambrosiana, and Venice. Thank you.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Vladislav, for sharing your experience with us. And I think it's actually great to hear that the university actually started a new course, trying to support the students that are interested into this topic. So it's also great that they answered the need of the students and they activate courses based on that. I can see Patricia is connected. Patricia, I would leave it the floor. Patricia is actually a master's student, so she's going to share her experience with us, and then we resume live to answer the question. Patricia, leave you the floor and tell us a little bit more about your experience as a UNIMI student.
Okay, so hi everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so hi again. So I'm Patricia, and first of all, thank you for being with us here today or tonight. And for just a bit of a background about me, I'm an international student from the Philippines, so very, very far from Italy. And right now I'm studying for my master's degree, which is molecular biology of the cell. And I'm on the last year of my degree and currently doing my thesis at Canteen Lab here at the Bioscience Department in Chitastudi. So also a bit of an academic background. I graduated from University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and I did bachelor's degree in biology, major in cell and molecular biology. So I started my journey here in Italy last September of 2022. So why did I choose to study here in Milan? So I chose to study in the University of Milan because they're one of the top universities in Italy, especially for research. According to the QS World Ranking last 2022, it is also a public university, as they have said before, in which they offer many English programs for you to choose from. And I wanted to come to Italy to experience the culture, the food, and to travel to beautiful cities. And I discovered about the University of Milan through my own Google research. For me, it was quite easy and quite easy to navigate. Also, the program I was in right now is my top choice master's program, among others. And for the university, as they said before, they also offer free Italian classes, which you will need in order to get by in the city. So these are called the SLAM Italian classes, and these are done online. So you can attend or follow them after your lectures. So for me, after taking the A1, I also took some private lessons just to accommodate my time, because as a master's student, of course, you will also get busy in the lectures and for the exams. But from time to time, I also learned some Italian words and Italian phrases from my friends and colleagues in the laboratory. So I'm sure you will also find your people when you go here because of the diverse environment here in the University of Milan.
Perfect. Patricia, actually, when we met, we talked about your dream job. So tell us a little bit more where you were dreaming on and how actually the university is helping you getting there.
So when I was a child, my dream job is to be actually a scientist. Like I've always wanted to work in science-related fields. I'm always curious as a child. And here I am doing laboratory work in the field of vascular physiology right now under Professor Alessandro Fantin's laboratory. So as you can see in the pictures, this is just like a glimpse of what I do right now in my thesis. And of course, a glimpse of what you're going to do if you decided to attend a program here for a science degree in University of Milan. And so let's talk about the degree, because it really helped me like living my dream as a scientist. So when I was looking for potential degree programs in Italy, molecular biology of the cell from University of Milan was my top choice. Why? Because this is a very broad program in which I can learn biochemistry, I can learn molecular biology, of course, and also bioinformatics. So it was very, very exciting for me. And the application process was explained very well in their manifesto. So you can just follow, you can just read and to apply everything. But of course, there are also other scientific courses which you can take. For example, plant sciences, and other is molecular biotechnology and bioinformatics. So these are just some of the pictures I took during the first day of the classes. And I was very excited to come to the university that I was the first one in the classroom. So it was very exciting moment for me actually. But what to expect in general, like what to do, like what are you going to do in the program? So we have regular lessons or lectures, which spans from 1.5 to 2 hours, in which you take on very valuable topics in terms of scientific knowledge. And also we have seminars from visiting professors. And when I say visiting professors, these are from maybe from other departments or from other universities which are visiting the university for a seminar. So we have student seminars in our classrooms and also journal clubs. So for me, journal clubs is a very exciting activity because you get to read a choice of your research article, and then you can just present it to everyone. And of course, don't forget about the exams. So we have exam season as well, but during the exams, no classes were allowed. And also, if you're going to take master's degree, you will take your thesis in the last year of your degree program. And yeah, but you can do your thesis in one of the departments internally or externally through the Erasmus program. So what is my future career plan? Like what I'm going to do after my master's degree. So as I told you before, I really wanted to be a scientist. So I wanted to do or pursue PhD for my first round of application, or maybe work as a postgraduate fellow or do an internship. And then maybe in 10 years time, I can do or I can be a postgraduate researcher, but also in a biomedical field.
Can I ask you a question? Because we do have some students asking. So what's your experience? What do you think as a student life in Milan? Some students were asking what to expect.
Okay, so student life in Milan. So I told you before that there were classes, there were exams, and also one of the things that is very enjoyable for me to do is actually the thesis part, because I get to do experiments, I get to learn about many techniques which are very new to me as a master's student. And of course, this is also student life in Milan. So aside from classes, this is my student life in Milan from my perspective. So you can hang out with your friends, have aperitivo with batchmates, as seen, it from the pictures. And the last picture on your right actually was the picture from our Christmas party within our floor where I conduct my thesis. So within the city, actually, it is very, very beautiful, I must say. And there are many events, concerts, exhibits, which are held in English because many foreigners and many other tourists are also here in Milan. And what I love about Milan was that it is well connected to other cities. So you can take trains or buses to visit other cities or countries as well. And I should mention, of course, because we are in Italy, that of course the food, it is fantastic. So many restaurants to choose from. So you can go with your friends or classmates. And I think that's it. In general, student life for me in Milan is very enjoyable and exciting. Of course, there are many like ups and downs, but you just really like hang on and maybe live the best life. Live the best on what you can do and just hang on, really. And I think that's it. It's very enjoyable and fun for me. So I'll give the floor back to Federica.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Patricia, and Vladislav, best of luck for finishing your first year. So, well, thank you all for sharing the presentation, for giving some insight, and for answering the question. I could see behind the scene typing all the answers. I wanted to ask either to Marta or Anna, and Marta, of course, any sort of suggestion or tips for the application process. If there is anything that you want to share, anything like how early should I prepare my documents? Because like I could see lots of questions about this and also about scholarship. So it's something that maybe is worth it to mention one more time. I can see Marta might want to take this one.
Yes, my main suggestion is to carefully read the manifesto of the program, as mentioned by Patricia, the program's structure and the call for application, because it's a sort of Bible, let's say, for the applicant, where all detailed instructions are explained, deadlines, exceptions. So carefully read quite well in advance the call for applications. And our application process is online, so they have to upload the required documents. And there might be some interviews or admission entrance test. They can also write us if they have any problems. We have left our email address, international.recruitment@unimi.it. Yes, maybe it's worth typing it in the chat. And for what concerns, you mentioned scholarship or accommodation.
Yes.
Yes, we have a link where they can have an overview of all the financial support programs. There were many questions about the SU regional scholarship. There is a call for application that is usually published every year in July.
Perfect. I think actually this summarized a lot of the questions that we received. I can see also some students asking the details of the programs that are offered. Everything is actually on the website. We're going to share with you a recording. Marta actually very kindly showed you where you find information. And I'll leave you the floor if you wanted to add some extra details, please.
Yes, thank you, Federica. I just wanted to say something more regarding scholarships. I saw many questions about how to be granted a scholarship before coming to Italy, before or at the moment of choosing a program. So a sort of full-funded scholarship. I wanted to underline that we do not offer this because in Italy it's quite different compared to America or other countries. We do not have really this kind of opportunity. I mean, applicants are requested to apply to the program, or if it's a bachelor program, to take the test in order to be admitted and to get in. Once they are in, or if it's a master program, they are admitted, then they can apply to any of our scholarship, or in the case of excellent scholarship, they are automatically eligible once they are admitted. But in any case, I just wanted to underline this important fact that for extra European students, they are requested, of course, compulsory requested to apply also for visa, for study visa, in order to be, as Marta said, in order to be allowed to come to Italy. And a very important step in order to get the visa, to be granted visa, is also to demonstrate that they are economically sufficient in order to live study and live in Italy at least for 1 year. It means that they need to prove that they have at least 6,000 and something more, maybe, euros for 1 year of study. So it's impossible to get the visa without any economically support already there. And also many questions were about if they are allowed to work while studying. My answer is if they are visa applicants, they are only allowed to work for a maximum of 20 hours per week. So a sort of part-time job. But again, I would like to underline the fact that it's very difficult to work in Italy without knowing the language. And also that many programs, especially the bachelor level, but also the master level, compulsory require to be the presence. So for students to be in the classroom and to attend lessons, especially for medicine and for other medical programs. But most part of master programs do require students to be to attend all lessons and to also to have training programs, trainship, and so on. So my suggestion is do not count on work while in Italy. You really need to focus on study. So, and Milan, it's a quite expensive city. So we offer you the chance to study for a very low fee and also to be granted an accommodation if it's possible. But generally speaking, you need to have some sort of economical support already before applying to us. Thank you.
Amazing, thank you. We're coming towards the end of the presentation, and while I wanted to thank all the speakers for their presentation and for answering all of your questions, also thanking Vladislav and Patricia, I wanted to ask you all if there was anything else that you wanted to remark or to comment. Of course, we will then be sharing email address with the attendance, recording of the event. But in case there is anything else that you wanted to highlight just before closing the session tonight. I know lots of questions, lots have been said. If there is anything that you wanted to add. I think, oh, Marta, sorry.
Yes, to keep follow us also on social media channels like Instagram. We share a lot of informations there, to keep in contact by email. We are here to answer your questions. We are very glad if you ask us any questions you have. Also outside this webinar. So international students are very welcome at the University of Milan. So we hope to see you in Milan in the next future.
Absolutely. I mean, as you can see, the team is very much approachable. They did answer lots of questions. Vladislav, you wanted to add something.
Yes, just a few words about visa, question of visa. Most part of my difficulties during admission was because of visa. Of course, it's a difficult process, and I saw the question about accommodation. I demonstrate my accommodation for 1 month in some hostel, and it was enough for visa. Because the question of money, as I remember, for the rules changed a few years ago. Perhaps it's only for Russia, but I'm not sure that it's good risk. If you can have opportunity to demonstrate not money for 1 year, almost 7,000 euros. It's better to demonstrate for 2 years if you're master program, or for 3 years if you're on bachelor program. I mean, I demonstrated 21,000 euro just demonstrated because it was some kind of guarantee that you get this visa. Perhaps the examples when students refused didn't get a visa because of this problem. I think it was because of money, or because of some this difficult small questions. and I heard a lot of different opinions, but I decided to do more for a visa to get it, and I finally got it.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing this. And just in case, you might hear different stories, but always get in touch with the team and they will be able to answer. Patricia, I know we just have like a minute just because we are closing, but please.
Hi. So just a closing remark. I mean, also for me, I mean, I'm from Philippines, so I'm from non-EU country. And also, I mean, it was quite difficult, I mean, to obtain visa, but it's doable. I mean, I think we just need to be prepared and do some research, of course, and maybe read some blogs also. So I think it's something that we must do also. I mean, it's our responsibility as well. I mean, if we wanted to really study, not just in Italy, but also, I mean, if from other country, of course. So I think that's it. And it's really doable. And we really hope that we will see you here in University of Milan. That's all.
Perfect. Thank you so much all for joining, all of you for the presentation. And we're really looking forward to seeing you next year in Milan. And any question, get in contact with the team. Thank you so much. And we look forward also to seeing you at the next live event with the University of Milan. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
very
Bye.
much. Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Bye.